actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time.
Do you consider yourself a gold digger?
Yeah. Why would anyone like taking care of a sick person? When Akaash's birthday comes around, I have to pretend that it's like so special.
All right, here we go again. I was genuinely not expecting to do back-to-back episodes on this Akaash Singh situation, or might you say the simpuation, but it looks like Flagrant has released a podcast addressing everything with the crew. They even brought in Akaash's wife. And guys, I've watched this whole thing. It's super goofy. I mean, it seems like a lot of damage control, a little bit of gaslighting, maybe even some lies sprinkled in. Not too sure, not making any firm allegations here, but it just seems that way. And it seems like a whole lot of Flagrant saving face, especially for Akaash and his career, because he is tied into the podcast. Money is tied in here. I mean, it's super goofy. We're going to be diving into all the highlights of the podcast together, guys. But for those of you guys that don't know the whole Akaash Singh situation, I've made 2 videos on this channel. I highly recommend you guys check those out so you guys can get caught up. But the TLDR is essentially this: Akaash Singh is a comedian and also a co-host of this big podcast. And he has oftentimes in the past said how much his wife is virtuous, also promoted against red pill culture. And then his wife starts making content and has completely humiliated the guy. I mean, I genuinely think even after this podcast, he is forever going to be known as a simp. And she's even gone on her social media talking about how much she misses college because she misses popping her P word in white boy frats, how she had a roster, a lot of things, guys. I mean, it's silly. Let's just dive into this. So here's the intro of the podcast. I'll show you guys how they introduce everyone in.
On Flagrant, the truth will be revealed. Marriages will be shattered. Friendships destroyed. Nothing will be the same again. Our guest, once a beloved comedian, has spent the last couple weeks being destroyed, disrespected. He's been...
You know, they're hyping it up. It's going to be very WWE style. And it also kind of foreshadows how much of this podcast is kind of just saving face and a performance. At least what it seems, in my opinion.
Dragged through the mud, and he couldn't even take out that tiny little of his and stuff it inside for his own pleasure. Give it up for our friend here to tell his side of the story, Akaash Singh.
I know this is performative, but it actually I feel like his genuine face to this whole controversy is that.
Brother, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You can't imagine what you've been going through the last few weeks. Tell us what's been on your mind,
Dude,
what's been on your heart.
I'm so glad you asked me, man. It's been really hard for me.
Hard for you?
Oh my God! Jasleen Singh is in the building!
Yeah, so again, this is how they started. They make it very, you know, gimmicky WWE style, but let's get into the actual meat of it. And I get it. They're just trying to make light of it.
Poppin' pussy.
Yeah.
Let's just get some definition.
Okay.
We're gonna terms
We're
that
gonna-
you might need to know the actual meaning of. Alex is here to
To
break
be
it
fair,
down.
I thought it was just like dancing, getting dressed up, and maybe that was my mistake.
Bruh, popping pee, like popping your, you know, is considered, maybe to some people, at least in my vernacular that I've learned in my college years. Maybe I was raised in a different area. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I acknowledge that.
Look at this. Big one.
Yeah, the act of getting dressed up, looking fly as hell, wearing a minimum of 3-inch heels, preferably higher, and dancing your ass off
Urban
into the
Dictionary.
wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, I don't know if Urban Dictionary is the best description. I have something I found. We're on Reddit, and it says, what does it mean when rappers say popping that, you know, or making that pee pop? Black male in his 20s here to help out all the white people. The act of popping that pee is referred in 2 ways. One is twerking so hard that the person being twerked can feel the pee. Number 2 is just straight up having S with a female with a rather plump pee. All right, so either way, pretty goofy thing to say. And let's give her the benefit of the doubt. If she needs just, you know, dancing around on all these guys, that still doesn't look that great in the image of your husband. Just saying. I don't know. I mean, it's still kind of humiliating, in my opinion.
This is what I was doing.
Yeah, this is white people's definition of it. This is what you learn. Guys, what do you think popping pussy is?
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And again, this podcast is going to seem very, and I mean very, damage control-y. Like, they're trying to put them in a position where we can spin this, make light of it, and then we can move on, kind of thing. And I don't think you guys are gonna probably feel the same way. that Akaash can ever move on fully from a situation like this. I mean, maybe his career will still be fine. I'm sure of that, but he's always going to be seen as a simp. Like if he starts making jokes against this kind of stuff, everyone's going to be like, bro, like we don't believe any of it at this point. I don't know. At least in my opinion. I have to keep saying that because I don't want any hate here. But yeah, even the comments says this is the gayest way to handle the situation. 5 minutes in and I'm insulted they think we're that stupid. Yeah, and we're going to read more comments later. But I want to take you guys to this part here. This is going to be when they address the roster of guys that she said that she used to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allegedly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
Is it true that you said that there was a rotation of guys?
A roster.
Roster.
Yeah, what does a roster
What is that?
mean to you?
What does this mean?
You guys have to understand, have you ever heard of the repressed Catholic schoolgirl?
Never.
Yes.
I would.
And yes, I actually have. And those were the wildest girls. Those were the ones that were popping their P word. And I'm not talking about dancing, bro.
Yeah, I was.
High school was in his living room. Imagine how repressed he was.
A repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
But
My issue is that she is a grown woman now. She is no longer in college, and she made these videos talking about rosters of guys. It's almost like she thinks we're stupid enough to think that she's stupid. Like, there's no way someone in their mid-20s doesn't believe roster of guys means what it means. You know, like you had a lineup of guys that you know, would do things with. Even if we say that it's not going all the way, it's still humiliating to see your wife talk about other guys in that vernacular on social media. If you're another influencer, or in general, actually, even if you're not on social media and your wife's doing that, that's kind of weird, dude.
What does a roster mean?
so it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like two guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure of it.
When you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean
fucking.
hooking up, I just meant making out. Again,
Oh, this is important. I really wanted to piece this in. Remember this part. She said that hooking up in her terminology means just making out. She is actually going to have some contingency issues later in this podcast that we're going to find out. And it's super goofy, guys. I mean, again, I feel like these people think that we're all dumb, but we know what's going on. But anyways, so quote unquote, hooking up to her is making out.
like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right.
And I will give her a little bit of credibility in that standpoint. Most people who are online, they're a little bit extra. Hell, I'm probably a little bit extra just making videos. I get that, but you're not that dumb. Come on. You know what roster meant. You know it. Regardless of what you did, you posted these. It's humiliating to your husband. That's what we're talking about specifically. All the people addressing this situation, the simpuation.
So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally.
Now, I will be honest, as much as I was heartbroken by what was going on with you guys and definitely with, Akaash, my brother, there was a little part of me that was like, it would be hilarious to come in here and find out you had a huge roster and was lying about being a virgin.
Good lesson.
Yeah.
That's not
Remember
what
the black
I meant.
substitute teacher in Key and Peele? That's that right now. He's really explaining things to you.
I'm showing you guys this part because of something really cringy.
Any other questions about the world that you have?
No.
Yeah, that right there. This has nothing to do with the actual situation. I just hate how this podcast is just fake laughs. All she said was no, and they're all busting out, especially Andrew here. He's laughing like he's about to have a hernia because it's so funny that she doesn't want to learn anything else. I don't know. Sorry, that was just a nitpicky thing of me.
Also, why buffalo chicken wraps every day?
All right, let's move to this part here.
Is like I was just talking about this nostalgia for being in college when it's like you're still a child, but it feels like you're in the adult world and like you're so insulated and you're in this bubble and like everything's just so simple and easy.
Bro, she is the master of just gaslighting us into thinking that that's what she meant. Bro, you literally said, I miss college. Let's pull it up right now. All right, here we go.
Sometimes I
Here we go.
get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
Yeah, how is that nostalgic of the college experience itself instead of the popping my, and like, come on, dude. Come on. We know what you meant, dude. You can't try to guess. Like, we're not that dumb. But anyways.
Easy. And that's more what I was talking about.
Now
is
everybody
like,
thinks you're a gold digging whore.
yeah.
Yes, that is.
I'm
There's a
working
lot of
hard.
people.
Yeah.
I'm reaching.
You're a professional here. You're doing security, okay?
I low-key think that Akaash likes this. Like, I feel like he just likes being in a situation where he's, you know, having to be a simp, honestly. And there's nothing wrong with that if he were just to admit it and not talk against this whole thing, you know?
Cannot laugh at him calling his own wife a gold digging whore, okay? Okay.
Yeah, she told me.
That's a wild thing to say about your wife, by the way. But anyways, let's move on to the gold digging thing.
Okay. Also, like in terms of the gold digging,
Yeah.
like
Serious.
Do you consider yourself a good gold digger?
Yeah. Because I invested low and waited for it to go high.
You're a gold prospect.
Yeah, that's not a gold digger. Yeah, you're like a
I just don't understand who. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys out there that like this type of girl. She's openly saying she's a gold digger, right? I just can't imagine being into that. Like, I imagine finding someone who wants you and to invest in you for the future so that they can just reap from your rewards. And I don't know. I know there's a lot of people who like that dynamic, both guys and girls. I just personally can't get with that. I don't know if it's just a personal thing or not.
what is that? You're like a hedge fund manager.
Yeah, you're like Akaash with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And it's like,
She bought much lower than I did. She bought at the bottom. She could not have bought
That is
lower.
something that
but
is.
to be fair, it's like I was working too in the
I wasn't.
beginning.
One
and
of us
you
was
weren't.
working.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
were you
yeah.
doing?
When we met, I worked at Goldman Sachs. I got a job at Deloitte after
He
I
was a
graduated
consultant.
college.
Yeah.
I was a
I was
consultant.
sleeping in till 12 p.m.
stayed
Look at him trying to defend her whole situation. Because it makes him look bad, honestly, so I get it.
Right? Yeah.
You're a gold digger.
I
You're right.
right.
And that's funny because during my last episode, we addressed when he would talk on stage about this, and he was saying that they were sleeping on the floor and so forth. And there's a little bit of continuity errors here, because if she was making, decent income, why were they sleeping on the floor? I'm like a little confused, because I get it. Maybe he wasn't making much money and she had to support him, but why were they sleeping in the floor then? I don't know.
This girl sleeping on the ground.
Something's not
Yeah,
right.
I know, this whole thing
there we go.
backfired.
There we
Also,
go.
paying rent.
I used to really believe that you guys were poor with his sob stories so we could get Patreon going. I didn't know you were working at a fucking hedge fund this whole
Yeah.
time he was spending your money.
Well, I wasn't making that much. I was making like 70 grand a year
70's pretty solid. 70's solid.
in New York City on 2 people.
But that's good, though.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Okay, so
Yeah,
then
yeah.
when did you guys get really broke? And why did you stay with him?
2018. Okay, do you want the real answer or the fun answer?
I want
Real answer or fun answer, bro? What?
to know the real answer. And like, I want to know that, because I heard this beautiful story that Akaash told about you guys
Yeah.
sleeping on the floor and then
Yeah.
like him wanting to give you his North Face or something. And then you gave it back because you're like, it's not Mew Mew. I'm not sleeping in North Face. You say it, give me it. I'll sleep on the floor with Mew Mew.
2009?
No, but you guys were sleeping on the floor because you were evicted from your apartment. You were moving to New Jersey, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is real.
basically.
And you still want to stay with him.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of continuity errors, because I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but in the last episode, we addressed the whole thing where when he was broke, there were some issues and she left to India. And then he had to go back and chase her after he made money. So this is just weird that they're even bringing this up in this way.
Why?
Yeah.
I never actually asked. Why?
You know why, bro? Come on.
Oh, yeah. Right.
You got that muffin top.
Yeah, you got that.
The thing is, I don't even blame these three guys at all in this. For anything, they're trying to save their boy's face. And they're trying to save their co-host. They're trying to save their money. I understand this. My main issue is like this whole thing here. I don't know.
That loud. Yeah.
okay, the real answer.
What is loud?
His
She's
dick
having
smells.
to think of the real answer. She's having to like contemplate what the real answer is.
Because once you guys are professional security, man. Come on, you need to make sure. Okay, no, but for real, you got a stink dick husband sleeping on the floor.
Oh my God. Hurry up.
Red flags early on.
But why'd
And-
you stay? That's
Okay, I
stupid of you.
stayed because I felt like as soon as I met you, it was love at first sight.
She took like a whole minute to think of that answer. I mean, maybe it was true. I'm not laughing at that. Love at first sight could be a real thing, and that's sick. If you've experienced that, it's just goofy for me for this to be her answer after contemplating all that.
Loved you. Like, I don't know. I just felt like, and maybe like you feel like that when you guys met your wives or your fiance. It's like, you just like know when you have that special connection. It's like, okay, like God picked this person out for me. And like everything he did from top to bottom, like his character, his integrity, his personality, like I just like loved everything about it. So I was like, okay, like I don't want to just leave because we're going through a hard time, because I really believed in like his potential, like just like you.
But didn't you leave? I'm pretty sure she said in the last episode, she left because there was complications with him and his wife, or sorry, his mom. And so she went to India, and then he chased her again after he made money and got his life together.
You did, you know, because you were more successful than Akaash, like in the very beginning and stuff, and now you guys.
Still. I also believe that he was incredibly brilliant, and talented, but also just an amazing social person.
Exactly. But I also knew that about him, that he had like ambition and this work ethic. So I was like, okay, like, so we're gonna go through this bumpy time. But I was like praying harder than I ever prayed, just that we would get out of it and like something would resolve. And I was just hoping that.
And it worked. Those prayers worked.
Yeah,
and you haven't. Okay. The other thing that we saw these videos of was the ducking the kisses. That was those. Listen,
these ones pissed me off.
That I'm guilty of. I'm guilty of.
And I didn't like one bit.
She's
and I need you to explain yourself immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We need to know.
Honestly, I
also, can I just say that I would watch the videos and I would die. So tell us about the duck. Do you always duck his kisses when there are not people around?
No, not when there aren't people around, just when there are people around. And I never even knew.
That's worse.
I never.
It is kind of messed up. I mean, because then everyone gets to see the fact that you're getting ducked. It's like, I don't know, it's a humiliation ritual almost.
I didn't
Explain yourself.
I didn't know that I did that.
She didn't know that she did that, is what she said.
And I did that, so I really sat and thought about it. So I think it's a few things. I think it's like
really sat and thought about it.
Because I was like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed Indian girl thing where it's like I get a little bashful, I do get a little shy, despite what the internet thinks.
Most Indians do. I'm the exception.
Yeah, I think I also get overstimulated because Akaash does it a lot. Like regulates him, but it kind of overstimulates me. And like the videos people have seen are like the proposal videos. They're like already overstimulating.
Okay, so
overstimulating to peck somebody on the lips. Like, you don't have to make out. None of us is asking for you to make out. It just seems weird that you never like kissed him. I think out of everyone's footage, they found like one of them ever touching lips, and it was like their wedding day. I mean, to each their own. Everybody got different like mediums of affection, love. I get that, but it's just a little weird.
So here's the thing that I think is like very I think the relatable thing is not wanting to make out with your partner in front of your entire family.
Yes.
But most people just do it because they're like, oh, I don't want my partner to feel embarrassed in this moment, even though they're like, ugh.
Also, just a kiss. No one said making out.
And you're just like, you just feel but I do think it is, I do think it's relatable though to have that sensation of like, I don't want to be intimate around my like brother or sisters.
Kinda. I can kind of relate with that, but again, a peck is completely different.
But can I just say there's so many
tell us.
TikToks where I talk so positively about him. And
Yeah, but
like,
why does that?
Yeah, but even then, how is there so many TikToks also humiliating him as well?
Well, that doesn't go viral.
Yeah,
Positively talking about people.
well, yeah, but I was just.
I want to bring up this next one. It's I got the timestamps written down here, right here, where they talk about the orgy, you know, with her friend, which was also like one of, again, the most humiliating things you could do to a man. You have a podcast, for those of you that don't know, where she brought in her co-host, which is her friend, hit her husband, and then her own husband, Akaash here, tells them all to Akaash's face that she would practically F the other dude and the girl, but also the other dude right in front of us. It was just, I don't know. And then also in another episode was talking about how he gave, the guy gave off big D energy and all this stuff. And it's just weird.
So, no, it hasn't.
Okay.
No, I still only fuck one woman.
No, that's what I thought was missing in the whole orgy combo is that he also gets to get some
I
side.
could have doubled my body count.
Yeah. Now, would you have let him get some side in this hypothetical orgy?
Of course.
She says, yeah, of course.
Everyone should be included.
I just don't know why, but I do not believe that at all.
Nah, but Akaash wants the dude.
The dude.
You think he can handle all 10 inches of Nav? You think you can take Nav down?
I'm glad that they brought in the all 10 inches of Nav because she really was hyping up this dude up to have like a big old D energy.
Nav taking it.
Come on, Nav shorter than me. Who taking it?
Oh! Shout out Nav, bro.
Yes.
Shout out
Yes.
Nav, you fucking homewrecker. Okay, what was...
Oh, guys, did you guys catch that? Look, hey, he called her, the guy, the big D guy that she was literally saying she would F in front of her husband, a home record. And look at Akaash's face in this. Instantly. Right there. Look at that. I'm sorry. I know I'm looking into it, but it's just funny to me.
What the fuck was that joke? Because I think for a lot of people, myself included, like I saw that and I was like, why would she even joke around about that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
With Akaash there and like what was the what was the backstory to
now
that?
looking back, like it's been pointed out to me and I get that. I feel like for us, I think I learned so much of my humor from Akaash, not to like justify it, but just to explain like, oh, if I say these absurd things, it's so funny because it's not who I actually am.
Right.
What's crazy to me is if this is what she's portraying to the public, imagine the other things she's probably saying behind closed doors.
But I kind of forgot that like the internet doesn't know all these multi-dimensions of my personality, so they're just seeing
on,
this
dude.
one thing.
Right.
So the orgy joke started with like Akaash being like, oh, Nav's really hot. Like Akaash would show Nav's picture to his trainer or whatever, because he's like really like, ripped or whatever.
I will say also, if she had a body,
That doesn't like change the fact that you did that and said that. Like if I were to telling my girlfriend like, hey, my one friend, he is jacked, bro. Like he is a good looking dude, male model. Like I've actually done this. I am no way expecting her to be like, okay, well, I would F him. What in the world? Like, how does your brain even go there?
she had a body count, I would have been like, hey, cut the. But because she doesn't, and I know how like innocent she actually is.
Oh, you are a virgin? That's real?
I wasn't until I met him, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like they don't even believe it.
Yeah. All right, good to know.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't, that body count thing, I'd have been like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Because I would have been insecure about it.
Yeah, just a virgin who used to pop her pee and have a roster. Weird tying those together.
But I can be, not that I'm so secure, but with that joke, I'm like so secure.
Oh, I
know.
Yeah, this dude is a certified simp. And I want to bring up this next part here. It gets really weird. They start talking about like if she would let him get a hand massage in his privates from another woman in this pair.
But how come you can have a joke about outsourcing hand jobs and blow jobs?
But aren't you cool with the hand jobs?
Yeah.
You're cool with him just getting a hand job massage?
Totally.
Are you
That's gotta be cap. Or if it is true, that's also insane. Like, I would hope that my girl cares enough about me to not want me to do that with another girl. But I don't know. Hey, everybody's got, the different flavors that they like, different things that they like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. I've said that it's less work for me.
I don't.
Can you talk to our wives? A little
You
bit?
can't tell you why I don't believe. You remember Horrible Decisions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were like, dude, I think your girl will be down. She keeps saying how pretty Wheezy is. And I was like, even then, I was like, no, the fuck. She's all talk. She's all bluster. That's why I haven't tested the hand
A
job
paper
thing.
tiger.
She's our dog. She's a yapping little dog behind a fence. Nothing's gonna happen. There's no bite. All bark, no bite.
So you would say that, but in reality, if he actually did go get
Okay,
it.
like let me think about it. If you actually
think
did
about
go
it.
get it, yes, like I think it would bother me like 30%, but I feel like 70% I'd be like, okay, whatever. I put you through a lot the past couple weeks.
Like you just did.
I feel like I
Because of this, she would let him. That's wild.
owe it to you.
I do kind of deserve it.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're going to be supporting
But
that.
she
I don't know. Everything that she's spewing just seems so shallow to me. I don't know.
just
We
can't
are
be
so
Gonna do it.
Yeah. Wait, she can't be prettier than you.
Yeah, she just can't be
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah. I mean, that's not gonna.
Hand job is it's emotionless and it's
It's just like a little thing after a massage. Sure, okay.
that's great. I mean, I'm on
fine.
board.
Yeah.
High five.
All right. So that was weird. I can't believe they're just like openly talking about this stuff, bro. I swear to God, this is so strange. Feels like we're in the upside down. All right, this next part here, she starts talking about her not taking care of him when he's sick or not enjoying it at least.
You said that when Akaash is sick, you hate taking care of him.
Yeah. I mean, do I like it? No.
I just can't imagine dating someone who just seemingly does not like me. I don't know.
Why would anyone like taking care of a sick person?
That's a good.
I don't mind taking care of my girlfriend when she's sick. Honestly, I'm gonna say I enjoy it because it makes me feel good. And also, we have more time in when one of us is sick. We're usually like locked in. We'll be playing like Baldur's Gate together or something. Like that's like the best, bro. What?
Good point.
I also like cooking for someone, so maybe that's also another reason.
Just being honest, and maybe it isn't autism.
Don't let her pull you in.
This makes me. I don't know why anybody would do that. It's you know, like
Nurses, doctors, they're compensated.
yeah. Then it's actually they're getting paid for it.
Handsomely.
Handsomely, yeah.
But it's happy about it.
Yeah, sometimes.
You
yeah.
need enough nurses.
It's one of those things you just gotta fake it. It's like kissing your husband in public. You just gotta fucking fake it and be like, I love doing this. I love nurturing you back to health.
Exactly.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you get the big reward afterwards. Okay.
It's like when Akaash's birthday comes around. I have to pretend that it's like so special, but
I
it's
don't
like
even ask for this.
the one.
Bruh, that's sad to me. You're with someone that doesn't even view your birthday as special. Like, I get it. Some people don't like birthdays. As I've gotten older, don't like birthdays. But do I appreciate it if my partner likes celebrating the day that I was born? Yes, absolutely. I could even pretend to say I don't appreciate it. I absolutely do. Who doesn't like their partner to care about them any day of the week, let alone their birthday? What the hell? Like, that's just sad for me to hear as a man in general.
One day, yeah, you do. The one day of the
And you know what? I have a feeling, sorry to harp on this, but I have a feeling on her birthday, it's a big freaking deal. It's very special. But on his birthday, not special.
year that I have to like be totally selfless.
Oh, yeah. That I
Which
want.
is really hard for me.
Yeah, that I want.
Jasleen, you're doing a horrible job right now.
Yeah, she literally just said that she does not want to be selfless. Like, what? Why would you want to date someone like this, let alone marry them? I don't know. Hey, again, maybe he just genuinely likes this type of humiliation stuff.
Jasleen, just when we think we've gotten you out of it, go back in.
See, that whole just when we think that we got you out of it shows me that these guys are just really trying to just do a lot of crisis management, damage control, save face for Akaash here. Yeah.
Go back in.
And she's doing a horrible job. I mean, he's also doing a horrible job because he's looking like a mega simp, and it's just, yeah.
Okay, you dig the hole deeper.
Literally. It's just getting worse.
Have you seen any memes or content that you guys thought were funny?
Aisha chicken curry.
That was
Yes, we got to go through the funny.
objectively good.
Yeah.
I also like Aisha curry.
That right there. Bro, if you guys don't know, Aisha Curry has been humiliating Steph too. Nowhere to this degree, but the fact that she likes her makes a lot of sense there.
Yeah.
She probably likes Jada Pinkett Smith too.
Yeah. Digging the hole.
I can
See, they're trying to save face, and it's still not working, bro. She is genuinely humiliating Akaash.
see your point. I can see your point.
What about Jada Pinkett Singh?
Oh, yeah.
That one hurts a little, but
I saw one with you making out with the dog.
Look at his face in this. Man, he is, even trying to perform, he's still not in the brightest mood.
And they were like, man, she'll kiss the dog and not.
that's true. I do, yeah. I never done just kissing.
Bro, dude, she really is digging herself in the deepest hole. She doesn't even dodge the dog's kisses, but she dodges her husband's kisses. Bro, what?
Now, would that have something to do with the fact that there's no romantic connection between you and the dog?
This is classic Schultz, trying to mitigate the situation.
Yes.
Yes.
He's my child. He's my son. So
Exactly.
don't think about it.
So
You
you
know?
would smother your son with kisses?
Yeah.
That makes sense because it's not romantic.
Yeah.
But when you kiss Akaash, there's like real horniness
Yeah,
behind
like
it.
he's
I
daddy.
think it's just like this
Yeah. Akash is daddy or what?
Yeah.
zaddy.
Ooh.
What's his favorite position?
Look at his face, dude. He is so stressed out right now. Oh, man.
Anything that specifically bothered you or, yeah.
I mean, I think people talking about the sore butthole story, because
Yeah.
that was more kind of like an assault story, but I didn't want to label it as such because I didn't think it was super traumatizing, and I had already shared one.
Right.
And I feel like the internet has a quota for girls of like how many assault stories they could share, regardless of if it's true or not. Like, obviously, I
You think the
didn't.
internet would be like, oh, every story she tells
Yeah,
is
I
assaulted.
didn't want to do that.
But it's not about that, like, it's, obviously it's really messed up that that's happened to her. For anyone that doesn't know, she said a story about how her booty hole was hurting after a Tinder date with this guy, and she let him stay with her. And then, like, she even said that she didn't want to do anything with the guy, but let him stay with her anyways. And then he did stuff. But my whole thing is she, like, laughing about it, talking about it on the podcast in the way that she did. It doesn't seem like this, like the A word, I don't know. But obviously anyone who's been through that shit is effed up and it shouldn't be a thing. It's just the way that she was portraying it in her podcast. I don't know. It was just weird.
That's why I was like, oh, this happened. I didn't really say it's okay.
So what happened, if you don't mind saying?
Well,
here we go.
I mean, so I was living in San Francisco, working on
That
my
butt
ship.
thing would happen there. Not at all.
Yeah.
This is like when Tinder first came out. There was no Bumble, there was no Hinge. I met this guy on Tinder, whatever. Like, we were like just feeling like the vibes, and I stupidly was like, oh, you can sleep over, but like not really wanting to hook up that much, because again, for me, like, I was just like, okay, maybe we can make out. And
This is the contingency I was talking about earlier. She literally just said not looking to hook up or anything, just maybe making out. So by that account, her definition of hooking up is S word, What? Dude, like, come on, bro. Like, you're making it so easy here. The Akaash Files is just not going her way right now.
just like whatever and cuddle. But then I guess he like,
Again, so that means that hooking up to her does mean what we think it means, guys.
wanted.
Was this guy Indian?
No, he's way
Yeah,
Asian.
it's very differently than, yeah. I've learned this translation.
Wait, what do you mean?
An Indian guy might understand what an Indian girl means when she says we're hooking up. It doesn't mean we're fucking.
There's something
I think most American people
I was
are
thrown
like,
off by her inviting him over. Because when
Yeah,
I've
that
been
was-
invited over, that usually means, oh, we're fucking.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That was, again, stupid decision on my part. I was like 21. So it's like, I really just like, I don't know, like, I just was making bad decisions all around. So it's like, but I was like, okay, like, we'll kiss, whatever. I don't remember, honestly, I don't even remember too much, but I just remember him like trying to like sneak a finger. And I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But like, then the next day, like, it was like kind of feeling sore, but it like, if it had been anything else, it would, that would have been a whole other story. It would have been
Right.
like, it would have teared something,
Yeah, yeah.
So it was just like that.
So this was a creep pervert that was trying you, and the internet
Basically.
ran off with this crazy narrative
Yeah.
of something completely different.
Yeah.
But the narrative that the internet, aka us, ran off with, I feel like was warranted based on what we were told, So like, I don't know. It's just things aren't adding up, in my opinion. Things are weird.
Yes, this is why I think that there's
get
confusion.
confused, yeah.
To feel comfortable talking about that, but then also not feel comfortable with certain
Yeah.
sexual things. That's where the brain goes, I have to make up something.
I don't know. It's hard for me. I mean, I just am existing. I'm not trying to like, the only thing I try to do is just be myself on TikTok, but like 10 times extra.
Yeah.
Dude, but if that's you being yourself, even if it is 10 times extra, it is really bad for your husband. How do you not see that? You literally said you miss popping your pee. Even if we take that as just dancing with guys, right? Why would you put that online? Like, talking about how this guy, Nav, who your husband knows, you would openly do things with him and saying it right in front of your husband's face. Like, it's just little silly to me, you goofy gooba.
And again, like, not to justify,
We'll go down
but
to
I
2
feel
times.
like I've been
Oh, brother, this girl stinks. But yeah, let's move on to this next part here.
I think, to be fair to everyone, there was a time in our relationship where I would have been more insecure, but when like she's essentially homeless with me and didn't go anywhere and stayed right by my side, I think
But she did. Based on her story, she said that she went to India and you had to go back and chase her. So I don't know.
the jokes don't bother me because it's like when you're broke as fuck, you see exactly who a person really is. Like I've seen her at her core, good, bad, all of it.
And yeah, to be honest, at this point in the podcast, it kind of dies out. They let her go, and then right here they start talking as just the boys, start talking about the whole handy thing situation earlier and ducking the kiss, blah, blah, blah. But it's guys, it's a whole lot of just damage control. Let's look at some of these comments because the comments on this video is preposterously hilarious. I mean, we got someone here who says, this is worse than when Will Smith went to a red table. Didn't watch, came here for the comments. The comments are more entertaining than the actual show, to be honest. Yeah, that's very accurate. They're trying to convince us, but we're not buying it. Nah, gang. Are they trying to convince us or themselves? There was a pain in my butt, but nothing happened. The worst thing you can do is try to make your audience look dumb. Yeah, they really just don't think that we have any intelligence. 23-year-old woman claiming to not know the meaning and phrases and words she used is insane. Yeah, that was my whole thing. Bro, Akaash looks like he aged 5 years. Can't wait for Myron to react to this. Yeah, he's probably gonna be on it. She literally said one night she met a dude on Tinder and woke up with a whole pain. Yes, that was the whole thing, bro. Like the way that she worded it, she knew what she was doing, man. Akaash married the village rickshaw. Akaash's wife cheeks have gotten more clap than his entire comedy career. No, that's fucked. Oh man, they're dressed for his career funeral. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how he's gonna get out of this. Oh, this is a perfect explanation for this whole podcast. This is a giant cope and PR stunt. Literally. Damage control, guys. I genuinely think this is just all damage control. They really just made them honestly look worse because if they didn't say anything, yeah, that would have been really bad. But if anything, she really confirmed a lot of the things that we were already suspecting. Akaash is really simpy. She is a gold digger, confirmingly saying that. There's a lot of also continuity errors. Her whole thing of popping her pee, all that, even if it isn't exactly what we thought it was, the fact that she still said this online, none of that was addressed. Why would you even say that? Did she not realize that it was humiliating for her husband? Like, that would have been a question I would have asked her straight up. I'd have been like, hey, do you not realize that putting this type of content out is humiliating for any man, period? I don't know. I think this is probably the last episode we'll ever talk about, unless something drastic happens again. But I highly doubt it. With the way that Flagrant's going, it seems like they have now addressed it, quote unquote, in the best way that they could. And then they're just going to probably move on, make some jokes about it here and there, and so forth. But for the rest of Akaash's life, like anytime he jokes about something pertaining his wife, this is always going to be lingering around him for anyone who is familiar with this content. And this blew up a lot. So a lot of people, especially Akaash's fan base, is probably aware of this situation. I don't know. This whole thing just gives off a really, really weird situation. He got himself in with a very shallow girl, and he might have really liked that. And, you know, to each their own. But the humiliation is just goofy. It's just goofy. Yeah, but guys, again, I really did not mean to make this video right after another Akaash video. So apologies in advance for that if you guys didn't want to see the same type of content. Don't worry, I got a Ned Fulmer video fully locked and loaded. I just had to post this one because it just happened. But anyways, I love you guys so much. There's a lot of other goofy gurus I'm going to be covering, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell. We're almost at 13,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully we can hit that by the end of the year. Love you guys. Have a great night. Bye.